Okay, guys, I'm gonna be giving my review of Star Trek, the third film in the franchise, The Search for Spock. I really liked it. It's one of those things where it's like it surprised me with kind of how I liked it. I really liked the third act a lot. Definitely. And it's one of those things where it's like I didn't really care for the idea of bringing back, Spock. It was like that's inevitable. That was fine with me, and I like the how it directly ties into the second film, which I loved even more than this film. Again, and it's like the idea that you learn so much more about these characters, and I was actually shocked when they killed Kirk's son. Because I was like, wow. Like, it's like one of those things where it's like, you didn't really, like, I didn't feel the son connection. But when you realize his son died, that's all that I needed. It wasn't those, like, connections where it's like you really cared for that character. But you could understand, kind of, I guess, the relationship a little bit. Enough to understand that you could have the suspense. I didn't really get the whole Vulcan, ability to transport your brain, I don't even know, like your thoughts and feelings into someone else, like how they, transferred it to Dr. McCoy. I didn't understand that a little bit. I mean, I could understand that, growing rapidly on the new Genesis planet. I could understand that, but like that's the thing. It's like where does this franchise draw the line between science fiction and complete fantasy? Because it's one of those things where it's like everything else seems like it could be somewhat realistic in a alternate universe where this could happen in the future. But then you have this old Vulcan stuff, and it's like, yeah, but it's fine. It's like, again, sorry, I'm gonna make a connection to Star Wars a little bit. But it's Star Wars, as you just understand straight up. It's science fantasy. It's not science fiction. It's not barely science. It's space. It's a space opera. It's not none of that science fiction. This is one of those things where it's like you could feel the kind of science fiction-y elements, but you would also feel the fantasy elements. And I guess it's one of those things where it doesn't blend as well. And again, I like that the effects are honestly better from each film. The story is one of those stories where it offers a great adventure of trying to find Spock, but I don't think like it's that climactic. Like the storyline of like I like the Klingons too. I noticed it was the main Klingon bad guy was the guy from Back to the Future, because it's funny, the same day I finished watching Back to the Future was the first time that the main Klingon villain came on, but played by the same actors of Doc Brown. So yeah, I think that was an interesting element in there too. But overall, one of those films where it's like out of the 3 original Star Trek films, this is right in the middle, where it's not the level of poor quality of the first Star Trek film, but it's not at that high quality of the second Star Trek film. It's one of those adventures that, you love it because you love, seeing these characters and their adventures and their missions and the spaceships and the explosions and, redeeming a character that I actually liked. I actually liked Spock. I liked his wits and his intelligence a lot, Because I've been doing this for so long, because I've seen, like, the clip where he died, but actually seeing that for the first time in the context of the film, in the Wrath of Khan, you realize, oh, it's actually pretty cool. And so now I've been doing this a lot often. And, like, you kind of put your hair down and make, like, the Spock, symbol. So, yeah. Stay tuned for more videos coming right at you.